Alrighty guys, got a nice 22-degree morning here in Western New York. Pumped all day yesterday. We are right down in it here. See, there's just liquid along the edge and right here in this pool and some over there. So I'm hoping by lunchtime the liquid's about done and we can get to scooping. That's my hope, that's my goal. Get everything fired up and we'll get right after here. We won't dink around. Got my morning chores done, got the barn scraped. Fresh cows are good. Yeah, should be good. Better check the oil. We'll run out to the field and start the tractor and spread it for the guys. So when they get here, that's somewhat warmed up. Guys up a little bit. Got to stop at Grandma's house. My son's favorite winter hat with his excavator and his bulldozers on it. The puffball fell off and he's devastated. He's 3 for reference. And so we called Grandma. She's going to stitch it back up for us here today. That'll make his day for sure. Whew, frosty, but clear sky. It's supposed to get up to 40 today, so it should be a pretty decent day. Stop in here and see what Grandma's up to. This is one of the tractors that sometimes is a little low. She's not terrible. Just can't see ad. Pretty close to full, so she should be good. Hawk's carrying away a pigeon. Big hell yeah, they can have all of them they want. It's pretty cool. Yeah, getting the first load on here. This is my remote for the pump. A little steamy. Tell you what, I'm excited for having all this stuff done so we can get this stuff cleaned up. Nasty. Moved a whole lot of manure in the last few weeks though. I think I'm gonna probably swap this tire here out too. Potentially this one too. The outsides are good, the insides are older tires. I've got 2 11R22.5s that came off of the Kenworth. They're drive tires, but we put 8 new ones on there. And I think there was 3 of them that were, you know, decent. They're on the bunk. I know I labeled them and put them right in the spot where I know I might put them on here, honestly. Got to do a little investigating here. I usually just swing this boom from my truck and that bolt's gone. Gosh, there's 2 bolts that hold this motor in place. And that one's gone. Happens like once a year and it drives me nuts every single time. See if I can get by. Okay. Alright, so our general conclusion is I might just try to send it until the boom doesn't swing and we'll fix it then. And see how much play that motor's got in it. Woo! Yeah, that's gonna snap pretty quick, I think. The good news is we've done it so many times. When it does break, I think we can do it pretty quick. I think that's what we're gonna do. The holes that hold that motor on are kind of egged out. Like I said, it happens like once or twice a year. It just always happens on days like today where it's like kind of like to push so we can just get done. The good news is it's frozen right now. so I could kind of turn around in the field. By the end of last night, I had to back all the way back out to the bins. And I just scared Tyler. He drove behind me on the spreader. Yeah, I had to back all the way back out to McElroy's bins last night because it was too slick for me to turn around in the field. I told Tyler, I said, empty the spreader, park it right on the driveway. With the remote, I'll be able to get myself in. After he parks it, he's going to run back to the shop. We're only a mile from home. And he's going to get a bolt, impact, 3/4 socket, 3/4 wrench, pry bar, and we'll see if we can't get our line back up. Probably better to fix it than wait till it breaks, but it happens to me every time when I'm trying to push and trying to get done. You cut corners, but then it ends up costing you more time in the long run because your breakdowns end up being way bigger than they need to be. So he's just going to get the stuff and we'll get it fixed up.
What do you need?
Impact?
Impact?
Didn't I just have it in my hand?
You did just have it.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Thank goodness you weren't filming. That'd be embarrassing.
Yeah. Idiot. The other side.
You got it.
Oh, I gotta back that nut off a little more. We only got 1 3/4, don't we? Actually, seems to be turning. So. There's the broken bolt. What's it hanging up on?
I wonder if we just got grade 8 bolts for these and we would stop breaking as often.
Definitely would be worth a shot. I just want to pinch my finger. I know what's going to happen.
Climb up there and try to do something.
With that pry bar. Just pry her out of there. There she goes. Alrighty. Be long enough? I think that won't work. Yeah, try it. Enough head for the washer hand for that. Should I use the longer one? Daisies.
Is the other one fine still?
The other one is in fact loose.
Throw a fresh one in there.
If we can get it tightened down. Let's tighten down the one I just put on. Can you get the impact on from your side? It won't go on from this side because the sprocket's there. How did we do this? Because it's a carriage head bolt.
I don't know. Unless it was never like pinched right.
You know what I mean? Because
I think I had vice grips.
I was gonna say, if we have a little wrench to put on the back, on the head where the carriage is. My hands are cold.
Yeah, someone should offer me gloves.
All right, back in business. Those two bolts that hold her on are good to go. So about 20 minutes. What are you gonna do? Now we're getting right down there. It's just taking longer than I expected. It's 1 o'clock now. I was hoping we'd have her whoop, but it just keeps kind of seeping in. So, as long as it shoves it out that pipe, we're gonna keep hauling her. Well, it is 5 o'clock. I might be able to suck one more load out. It just kept coming. There was no finding the bottom today, but like I said, I might be able to get one more. It started slugging to get this load full, so we're gonna for sure have her done and ready to rock to start digging sand tomorrow. Caleb's getting her worked in. Just about got this big field wrapped up. I can't remember the exact acres, but including the hollow down there, and then up here, you're pushing 100 acres. So we hauled a lot of manure out here. As I said, putting it on around 15,000 of the acre and scratching it in. So a whole lot of loads. Stuff is basically pudding at this point. But every load we get out's a load we get out. Less liquid we'll have to deal with when we get down in the lagoon and start scooping. All right, it's the next morning here. Got chores done. Last night I did suck air. We had it completely polished up, so this is just what we made last night. Along that ramp is still going to be a pain in the butt because it's not really flowing. So we're going to have to probably either get the loader down in there or try to use the excavator or, somehow shove that over to the pump. I think it will pump. It'll be thick, but I think it will pump. But it's definitely going to be a pain in the butt to try to put in spreaders because it is still very soupy. Even though it looks like it's probably mostly sanded, it's still soupy. So yeah, we're going to suck out, whatever we made here last night and get under motion here. Yeah, I got a little early here. And Caleb aren't here yet, so get to empty the spreader myself and load on the truck. I honestly kind of miss running the tractor and spreader a little bit. Overlapping, slapping it on. Well, friggin' 7 loads later. I think we got her about spanked. I think. That took so much longer than I expected. Hey Tyler, the goat has been milked. I repeat, the goat has been milked. Time to make an absolute mess of this old loader here. Alright, so at the bottom of the ramp, it is still pretty soupy stuff. Tyler's going to use the loader and start dredging out of there with the slinger. I pulled the pump out. I'm going to pull the excavator over and get to working on some of this stuff here until that thickens up a little bit. That's the current plan. See how she goes. Well, I got that area dug out. I got 6 loads out of there. Went to the other side, got another 5 or 6 loads out, and I blew a hydraulic hose on my tailgate. I believe it goes underneath the machine. Never fun, especially while we're digging sand, because it's just going to be kind of a nasty, disgusting, poopy mess. So I'm going to pressure wash it, see if I can figure out which hose it is, and we will get to work on that, I suppose. And it's sprinkling. Like 2 things I didn't need to have happen today. Yeah. It's what you get for what you got, I suppose. But not my first rodeo. We'll get her taken care of. Hopefully. Hey, I kicked the hydraulics on quick, and yeah, safe to say it's leaking. That hose right there. Unhook there, and then unfortunately it goes all the way up underneath. Oh, what a mess. All right, so got that hose off. So it comes down, goes all the way underneath the bottom of the spreader, and it tees into the other cylinder on the other side. There are 2 of them that are the exact same size, so I'm going down to get one to replace the one I took off, but I'm also going to get another one. I'm going to make them both 4 to 5 inches longer too. They were a little tight, and a little bit of extra space isn't going to hurt them. So yeah, I'm going to get 2 of them made up, and hopefully if a different hose breaks, it's the one that I got made up. It probably won't be. In fact, I'm like 99% sure it won't be, because that's how my luck works. But if I have a spare, the other one won't blow. That's my 2 cents on that. It is noon. George and Swedes is open today. I'm just going to shoot down there. It's only 2-3 minutes from the farm. And we'll go from there. I smell like a ripe sack of nasty things, but again, it's the getting you get for the gotten you got, I guess. I don't know where I'm getting these sayings today, but we're just gonna roll with them. The video's making it look easy. That was a really miserable spot to get it started, because it's so tight against the cylinder right there. And because of this T, the T can't really move unless you take the whole T off. But even then, you still have to get it back to its original spot, which you wouldn't be able to do, because then the hose wouldn't be able to go down through where the hoses go. So that was miserable, but she got her. Now we get to crawl underneath, hook the other end up. If you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. Oh, damn. That was our theme song growing up. If you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. If you're scared, don't show it. Oh. And that's how today feels, because it's like I just want to get this done, and everything's fighting against me. Like way more than what's on camera, by the way. Like way more. But we got to give you guys a little taste of it. But you probably don't need to see all of it. But yes, getting covered in manure is like one of my favorite things. Oh. Dang. And they put these wonderful little clamps on, which again, generally I'd say not a big deal. Not a big deal at all, guys. But when it's on the bottom of the manure spreader, it's not a fun place to deal with clamps and what have you. least this manure spreader doesn't set like right on the ground. You know, there's room to kind of sit up and work a little bit. All right. Over. Come on. My hands are all slippery for some reason. Get the grease lines up out of the way so they don't catch on the drive shaft. Like so. I think we're good to go. Top the tractor off with oil. Test it. Make sure I changed the right hose. I'm 98% sure I did. But that's not 100, so we're gonna test it. I actually had to apologize to Jack. He came down, I was putting oil in the tractor. This is my 5th or 6th load. He said, something wrong? I said, yeah. I said, people gotta start checking the oil on these tractors. I said, this thing's, it's ridiculously low. He said, huh? I said, yeah, it's, people gotta pay attention. We can't be running these tractors out of oil. I said, I just put 5 gallons in and it's still taking it. So it was more than a little low. Didn't know there was a hose blown because it was so covered in manure on the back there. The oil was leaking straight down. Every now and then you do that. You make a mistake. When you make a mistake, you gotta apologize. That's what happened. All right, bad to the bone, ready to rock. Hopefully, didn't see any leaks in the shop, so ready to roll. You see I'm digging over here, whole lot of solid stuff. This stuff could actually go in a 10-wheeler. Tyler's just about got the soup cleaned out over there. Hopefully that starts getting a little stiffer here relatively soon. That's what she said. LOL. All right, back to work. All right, Tyler thinks we got enough soup out of there where if I get the excavator down in there, I can get stuff solid enough to go in the tube line. You want to probably ask why not just keep loading with the loader. Well, there's not room down in the pit to turn around yet. With the loader, where the excavator, they could back down the ramp and I could swing around. We both agree we can load a lot faster like that for today. So that's the plan at the moment. All right, we made just enough room for me to get down here with the loader. I can scoop that way. And when I back up, it is just 3/4 the way up my tires, but we are loading spreaders quick now and making some room. So it is 3:30. We'll be out of daylight here in about an hour and a half, but they're pretty much here as fast as I can get them loaded, and I can get them loaded as fast as they can get her empty. So yeah, see what we look like here in about an hour and a half or so, but finally able to productively load spreaders. So oh, this is gonna take a hot second, guys. Hot second, for sure. All right, well, we dug all afternoon. Got a pretty decent little spot made down there. It's 10 after 5 now. I pulled out one load out of that lagoon. There was more in there, but I sucked one load out just to give me a little bit of extra leeway, hoping the liquid from tonight doesn't get into the hole we made. I really don't think it will. But just to be safe, I wanted to bring this truck and park it up here anyways for the night, so it's out of the way digging sand in the morning. Thinking I might as well bring a load of liquid with me. This lagoon always could use liquid, so we'll let her drain out. I'll pop the drain plug and we'll park this up here. And that'll be it for the night. Now, the blown hose, yeah, that kind of sucked. And off camera, we had a little incident involving a rim and a tire and a concrete wall. But that's fixed now too. So we hopefully will be good to go for tomorrow. And can just hammer on it tomorrow. At least that's the goal. Tyler won't be here tomorrow. Tyler's milking tonight. So we will be down a guy, but we'll figure it out. Are you in heat there, sweetheart? Huh? I think you are. I'll be honest. I think you're in heat. Good old girl. But anyways, I think we're going to call her. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're finally making headway on that lagoon. My goal is by Thanksgiving. It's aggressive, but week from today, or yesterday, I don't even know what today is. By next Thursday, it'd be awesome to have the liquid and the sand out of that lagoon. That's my goal. See how it works. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Rock on.